Good afternoon. Once again, what we're going to be doing today, it's about XML list. HTML list. Right now, I think you're about to start writing a great web application, and I think how you concentrate now really matters with the way you get the picture of developing an HTML application. Now, HTML application lists deals with in three parts. Let's write the topic. HTML list application. We all know. Let me explain something to you. We all know what a list is. You can write 1, 2, 3, and you put okay. Let's say you're listing the name of Shola. Listing the name of the student in the class, which is Shola Deji Hakim Chinaza Mohammed. Okay, and you want to write it in HTML. You can either do what we call an order list on order list, or you do forgive what I mean by this ordered list on order list, or you do ordered list, or you do definition or defined list. All right. Some people call it definition list anyway. Some people call it definition list. Okay, let's change this to definition list so that we can rhyme with what other people call it. Okay. Okay, so when we have, the kind of list we have in HTML is on ordered list, and definition list. Ordered list, when you're writing ordered list, this is the way you write it. On order list, you open the tag, remember this is the tag, and you close the tag. All right. Now, inside it, you now define. Now, let's take this Shola DG Akin, this list that we have here, Akin, Chinaza, and Mohammed. Let's use it as an example. So what we can do is that if you want to write this in another list, you can. Another list can only give you a button like this. You can't control it, or based on your attribute inside your UL, but the default is the first one that was mentioned here, and this is the way you write it. Then you now say list. All right. And close the list. Li. The next one. Li open. Li close. Now you put Shola here. You put Deji here. Li open. Li close. You put Akin here. Li open. Li close. You put Chinaza here. Li open. Li close, which is you put Mohammed here. So this is all about another list. You can also change it to give what this is going to give you will be in this format. Dot shola dot deji dot akin dot chinaza dot Mohammed. Okay, these are on other lists. This is the way another list will give you. Sorry, that should not come up. This is the way another list will give you. Now, another thing you can do to bring more to make this list more interesting is by changing the attributes or the elements inside the on other list by saying type is equals to square, and you close the back. Now what I would do for you is that, and this is a list, what I would do for you that this will be changed to, instead of dot box, change it to box. You must have been saying that in your website when you're watching website. It's box and box. All right, you can also change it to circle. You can change this to circle, and then you can change it to ginger. You can change it to potato. You can change it to radish. Let me list all those types that you can change it to square. You can change it to disc, and you can change it to circle. Let me type. This type can be in the form of type of the another list that you have. You can have a circle, which we'll talk about the other time. You can have a square, which is showing here. Can you see this is square? And we can also have a disc. All right, so that's all about on other lists. That's all about on other lists. Now when we are now talking about other lists, it's getting more interesting. What we're going to be doing with other lists is this is going to change, and also this is going to change. What am I trying to say? Let me just let me let you understand that this is going to change. Okay, this is going to be other list, other list, and then for other lists, the attributes that we are going to be having is quite different. We can say we want our other list to be numbers like this. For you to have something like this, and we're looking on the board, we change this also. Mind you, UL has turned to OL now. We change this also. This class is getting more interesting because after this week, be preparing. We're going to be going on practical, real practical. You have I can just say one. I shouldn't give it more space. Let me take away the space. Okay. I can just say one. Automatically, that means it should start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of this box that we have here. The box we have here. So it's going to write it in this format, alphabetically. And you can just say you want it in you don't want this, you don't want it in numbers, you want it in A, B, C, D. What it can just do for you is that you change this type and you just make it apostrophe A. That means it's going to give you this in not in 1, 2, 3, but also in alphabetical order, which is A, B, C, D, E. What did we do to change it is by using OL. I'm just recalling for you so that you'll note that we are not using UL now. This on order list goes with on order list tag. This goes with OL tag, and this goes with the definition tag, but I've not defined this. And that goes alongside. You can make it the small. Also, for the ordered list, you can make this small letter, and this turns out to be A, B, C, D in small letter E. And you can also make it italics, Roman numbers. So I guess you must have been taught Roman numbers now. You make it I. You make it I. It's just gonna write this in this number, in this way. Um, in Roman number, all I just need to do is 1 minute. It's gonna write it in this way. You say type hi and number, and in stats, that's another element. This is RT is equals to, that means there are 4 in number, and close this, and this is gonna write you in I, I, and IV, sorry, and V. Do you understand? So that is all about ordered list. That is all about ordered list. Okay. If I say, sorry, if I say 1, it starts like this. If I say from 4, if I say start from 4, it starts from VI, V, VI. This is IV, sorry, and VII and VIII, which is 8. It's starting from 4 and it's counting upward. So that's why I say start. So that's all for on order list. Now for definition list, people hardly use definition list, because it's not really for listing things. It's just for emphasizing on your list. Well, I'm not going to really be dwelling much on that, but I'll just give you the how it's being written. You write it like DT. You open the tag and you close it by DT. All right, DT. Open the tag and you close it with DT. Oh, sorry. DT should be inside. While you close it, there's a need for you to define the stats, because it's quite funny, and that's why a lot of people don't really use it. Let me tell you, let me show you what you need to do. Let me confuse you what I'm doing here. This is gonna change also. This is gonna change also. This is gonna change. It's gonna change. It's gonna change, and this is gonna change. This is gonna change and change. Okay. Okay, I'll let you know the reason why I'm actually doing that very soon. Okay, it starts with DL, definition list. Okay, now we now have a definition, um that's definition term and definition term. Inside the definition term, um that just after you have defined the term, then you now write definition. You write the definition, define, term define, you define the term. You see, like Shola, you can now write name of student, and you can also write DD, because this is DT, you close it back. The same thing, DT, definition term, definition. The people hardly use this, but it's also very important to know because we are actually studying about HTML lists, and it's going to be also useful one of these days when you're writing your application. You can always research on this also, and that's definition, term definition, you know, term definition, uh, class rep, class rep, class captain. I mean, it's telling us that this Akin. So what this is going to give us is going to give us Shola in capital. You now see this very bold, very blue name of student. Then you now have another one called Akin. You have it as class representative. Alright, so that's all about lists. Bear all this in mind. Just note the way they have, because you're going to be using it in the next. I mean, you're going to be using it in by next week. And in the course of this lesson for this week, we are also going to teach you on how to use what we call your notepad list and your notepad plus plus. And if you have gotten a Dreamweaver also, that's also going to help you in the course of the study for this week. um, Let me just write it, because I mean you can find the link on the site. Notepad, notepad plus plus, and then notepad plus plus, and then Dreamweaver, Dreamweaver, or Adobe Dreamweaver. You can browse the internet for this, you see them there, and you can also download this app software on the class interface link. Just look down. Please also note that we are going to be adding additional book to you. Please read that book very well. It's going to really help you. All right. Thank you for now. We're going to be very soon. We're going to be getting in touch with you, and so that you can complete the lesson for this this week. Thank you.